Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Turbo Drive Live here on Twitch TV. And for last may continue, I am John Turbo Finley back again as we are here for another session of Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, as we are heading down for dinner again and hopefully, make more connections with our girl there, Spirit, trying to, get as much relationship positivity between, connection with her as we hope to, probably escape the island without ourselves getting killed off. And at least romanticize with one of these killers. But hey, we'll see how it goes. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And that's not just the remaining anxiety sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No. You're really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry. I'll keep your dirty little secrets. Thanks, narrator. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Rafe is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me. They're all here, and they're just as sexy and determined and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. Is that the case? Okay, fine. Although granted, I've been talking to one over the rest of them, so it's like, I'm surprised that the rest of them have any kind of like feelings towards me, but hey, whatever. However, since Rafe seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. Rawr. Of course AJ had to play that. Hey AJ. Rafe is like the biggest long shot. Yeah, because I've not been giving him any light whatsoever, It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Isle. Or Murderer's Island. But hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do. Okay, that's a typo. And heaven knows they won't do any better than that. I'm sick of watching everyone else gorge themselves while I'm preoccupied with, trying to get to the bottom of this never-ending nightmare. So tonight, none of that. I'm not really hungry anyway. So I say we just do a simple salad. So I say we just do a simple salad? Or something? The green kind, not the mayo kind. Mayo is gross. I'm fine with just lettuce. It doesn't have to be fancy. Not iceberg, though. It has no nutritional value. Sure. Letting Rafe choose was a mistake. That's all on us. Dinner will be served shortly, but certainly, power brokers. would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You had an interesting day, that's for sure. But how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Ellipses. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. Be coy or gush about you. No, I'll be coy, because I feel as though that, if we're with Spirit obviously doesn't want to bring attention to herself and whatnot, so it's probably best to not, bring attention to this whole thing, so we'll be coy. It wasn't really a date. More like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone. But doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. Could have not said anything of value better myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise. She doesn't like people getting into her business. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they are all very tired. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Of course they had to reference the thing. Of course. Bon appetit! Wait. I thought she said bon appetit, but I'm obviously misread what Claudette said. Don't you mean bon? Oh, she said bone. Bon appetit. Bone. Or bone, yeah. No. Almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it. Even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. Wow. The sexual tension rising? Jesus. Amongst killing... The urge to kill rising. Urge to... I'm not gonna finish this, that next one. Jesus. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back, clean up the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with them. They are just superficial in this story and whatnot, so I feel as though that, thanking them in any way will just cause more attention to things. So really, let's just ignore them. Is there anything else we can do for you? Anything at all? Anything? A manners book? A manners book, perhaps? It's fine. We're used to this kind of shabby treatment here on Jerk Island. Everyone, if you would please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd really appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen, something that will change everything. You can go willingly, or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice on how to say that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire. I mean, not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving toward the fire pit, if only to get away from Rafe's complaining. Of course. Oh dear. You know what? I'm just gonna redeem one now, because I feel as though I need it. Thank you. Was very dehydrated this morning when I woke up. It's like mouth was like blooming Ares Island. For, you know, lack of a better reference. Anyway. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for other killers to take their places, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunning creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Ellipses. Oh, cool. And now everyone is looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should we do something? We should do something. Yeah. Should I pick someone to tell a story? Or could we play charades? Boggle? Well... We were actually thinking... Why don't you tell us a story? Rafe points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You mean his weapon? You duck out of it. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak to me, Huntress. Now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out here, Rafe. Turbo is about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Well, in that case then, I better save. Boop. I think Violet is just coming in here and singing to the tune of "Dream On" by Aerosmith and swapping out the lyrics a bit by saying "date on." How you doing, Violet? I'm guessing they're having another date. Or she's obviously celebrating, you know, me trying to, you know, continue our relationship with the spirit. You're terrified? You're terrified of what? Another date with your boyfriend? Oops. I shouldn't be exposing people's relationships. So, final tell a story. I'm not the storytelling type. Well, personally myself, I suck at telling stories, so yeah, I think it's only fair that I should pick the not, you know, I'm not the storytelling type, because I suck at it. I'd rather not. Why? Do you have something to hide? You're telling us you don't have a single story in your entire life? So sad. Truly, humanity has reached its crumbling nadir. I just want to hear your voice. Why are you being like this? I mean, ooh, I don't know. Be strong, be gracious. Are you terrified for tomorrow, Violet? Alright. I mean, it's Friday. So, obviously, start of the weekend for some. I'm sure it's... No, sure, she'll be fine, Violet. It'll be fine. Don't worry too much about it. Don't let your nerves get to you. Not just any Friday. It's not just any Friday, Turbo. Oh, really? You know, I'll be gracious. I don't want to... If I be too strong, I feel as though that, you know, Spirit might not appreciate my actions or whatever. So, let's see. This is 13. Oh! Aha! Makes sense. Yeah, I totally forgot. Tomorrow's Friday, and it's also the 13th. Friday the 13th. Good reminder, Violet. Thank you for telling me. Although, granted, I've already made quite the error on myself already from today, so I don't need tomorrow to cause any problems for me, because I already cut myself at work earlier today by accident, and of course I didn't need today to be the 13th to do that. Always injure myself at work. This is my line. Because you're all much better storytellers than I. Look at you, wooing everyone without offending anyone. The killers blush, flattered, except Spirit. She sees through you. Sorry. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. I even have a mass test on Friday the 13th. Huh. Well, I hope that goes alright for you, Violet. I mean, hopefully it won't be too complicated to get through. Although, granted, your level of maths shouldn't be too complicated, unless it is more advanced than I thought it was back in the day. Yeah. Usually in secondary school, it's like things get a lot more complicated when it comes to math tests. But hey, you know, it's been a while since I've been in education, so I don't know what they're teaching nowadays. I don't know if we pick Spirit again. I don't know if she'll be angry with us choosing her again. Now we'll go. No, because we want to have a connection with Spirit. So if we let her make another story again, then that'll be great. But yeah, we'll go with it. I have the highest tracks, so it's mad complicated because of my math grades so far are bad. I'm sure you'll obviously improve a little bit, Violet. You know, just a case of just studying a little bit more and trying to understand it a little bit more. And granted, I understand math can be very, very complicated to some people and whatnot, but you know, just depends on where you're at with math, and just a case of like taking your time with it. Anyway, I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride. Technically I suppose the fiancé. And just waiting for the heavenly day, February 11th. Alright. What's happening then, Violet? Because obviously that's 3 days before Valentine's Day, so... so I don't know what would be more important than before Valentine's Day. One winter, a young couple decided that this next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt, so they could join in matrimony and untie their souls, or unite their souls for eternity. Don't know why I said untie. Hotel again. Okay. Fair dues, Violet. Well, hope you have it. Hope that day is a fun day for you there. Then. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful, shabby chic farmhouse. Okay. Together they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi? I think it's Lilikoi. By the way, so fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, the fiancé, I guess since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided that she would create unique floral arrangements from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. It's almost like you know what's coming, or who's. Oh yeah, I would guess that would be the case, Violet. So. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding, so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods she surveyed, the bride, the fiancé, since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were, so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancée told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However,
When she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow, it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms, so vibrant and colorful. She became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower. And every time she did, she noticed just further ahead, and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the the fiancé, crept farther and farther into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she had been there before. Or she had been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered. Or, at least, not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into a shadowy glen she walked, and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, fiancée was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them.
Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are. Out there all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. How was story time? A lot of people like to take potshots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off of any individual's installment, and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, Turbo, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Yeah, obviously trying to escape, of course. Yeah, I know. Okay. But then you have fun tonight, and try not to wink wink end up dead. Why did you say the words wink wink out loud, and what kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking. Not since the incident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear someone trash-talking, Spirit? Deal me in! What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes?
Please, enough talk of burns. Things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could? Just you and me. On those spindly legs? You'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded Turbo is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice, and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed.
Novella? Novel? I think it's supposed to be novel.
Printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore.
It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn everyone else on or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us. Maybe we could all move on with our lives. Or, you know, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who will it be? Who will you head off with for an evening activity? I'm just saying, you may not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murderer's Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either. But with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. It's not really a boom, but hey. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, that guy. Oh, well, of course, duh, Spirit. Spirit?
Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company, and I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and the prize. I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task, not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring in everything you've got. Or just say the exact thing, or just say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here, but any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess.
Alright, so I'm gonna do another save. There. Ooh. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers, surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted boozes. Who's ready?
To get wasted! Well, I don't drink, so not me.
You really don't drink? Ever? Is that like because it will just fall out of a hole in your stomach thing, or...
I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is poison of the body and the mind. I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing.
Well then, did you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity?
Everyone knows this kind of date is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions.
It's true. Not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things.
Dwight, now that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in a stem using only your tongue.
Okay. Whoa! Who ordered the soda with a splash of my private business? Because that's off menu. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight.
Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed. By your father.
On whom you will have your bloody vengeance. Right. Well, so be it.
How about you, Turbo? Do you drink?
Nah. It's like I'm just to appease, spirit. I'm just gonna stay sober. I got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly. So I'm gonna pass on the alcoholic drinks.
Here. Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun.
You watch as Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. The visual aid. Oh dear. Cherry juice splatters everywhere, and its little fruity guts flop out onto Spirit's lap.
Oopsie. One of the upsides of wearing black, it hardly shows stains.
That's actually a lie, actually. It's like stains can show, especially if it's a red stain. Like red shows up on black quite easily. No take-backsies. So, lovebirds, what drink shall we make? I think a dark and stormy might actually be alright. Maybe a Bloody Mary. I don't know. No, a dark stormy, I think. I think in reflection to Spirit, obviously. She likes dark stuff and whatnot, so. How about a dark and stormy drink for my dark and stormy date?
Okay, that one is cute.
Please allow us to demonstrate how a dark and stormy is made. First, rum, or in this case, rum extract and a bit of apple juice. Oh, sorry, that's Claudette saying that.
First, rum, or in this case, rum extract and a bit of apple juice, is poured over ice.
Then fresh ginger beer is added in.
Garnished with a lime wheel.
and drink. The end.
Do you think you're up to the challenge of replicating this recipe, Turbo?
Replicating? Rum substitute and ginger beer over ice. We might have a mini game for this. You know what? I'm gonna put this on a new file. There we go. Don't forget the lime wheel! Rum substitute and ginger over ice with a lime wheel. Okay.
Not sure if I appreciate your tone, but yes, you got it. You're a natural, a sassy natural. You and Dwight might have more in common than...
Don't you dare. Don't you finish that line. Spirit seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips her dark and stormy. She's not even rolling her eyes at you, your petty behavior. On cue, a literal dark storm begins to make its way in from the ocean. You taste your own dark and stormy as you watch the clouds approach. It's quite refreshing.
Isn't this fun?
Honestly, it's the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here.
And since you picked a simple but delicious drink, we've got plenty of time left to relax. Want to make out a little?
Your breath in a sip of your own drink. You breathe in a sip of your own drink, and immediately begin coughing before you can get a yes out. Lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach, and it immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was. Boy, feels like I've been here a lot longer than that actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that I mean you, can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Okay, narrator. Good thing you really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone is gathering on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who Turbo chooses. Who's ready for a round robin?
How round are we talking? Or are we talking?
No, not to eat, Huntress.
Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you all about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow.
In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Rafe, why don't you go first? You know, like you'd hate... You look like you'd hate that.
Stop talking.
Sorry. Anyway, Rafe?
Well, I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell Turbo privately.
I don't really know how that's going to work with these game mechanics. Again, more fourth wall breaking jokes.
What if you just whispered it to Turbo?
Rafe considers this for a long moment. Too long.
That's fine.
Without moving, Rafe lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Hey, Ninten! How you doing? Excuse me.
Tomorrow, we have to find my bell. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on.
I'm good, just did a Japanese session. Good, Ninten! How did that end up going? Did it go alright? Did it get, was it a successful lesson? Or a successful session?
It's going to be really special. The kind of thing where we will really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. And maybe then we can go on a real date. Ellipses.
You done? Is that it?
Rafe nods, proud. Great. Huntress, why don't you take it from here?
We were just learning some techniques about how to learn the language. One of them is passive listening. I do that on a daily basis anyway. Well, that's good, Ninten. Yeah, passive listening. Like, I mean, that's always good for, like, granted, I'm the same. Like, I'm always passively listening to what people say to me because, you know, I'm like that. I like to listen to a conversation more than actually talk about it. I know, right? You know, a streamer who has to talk to his audience, you know, during his stream and whatnot, likes to listen more than talking. I know, the irony. But no, I like, when it comes to like personal spaces and stuff like that, if I'm in a room with other people and whatnot, I like listening to people more than I, you know, talk. Even though, it's not that I don't have anything to say, I just like listening more, you know, less pressure. And then responding to what's being talked about. Alright.
Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone.
What was that?
Nothing. Go away. Then, boy oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure.
What kind of treasure we're looking for?
Guess you'll have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. Now if you don't mind, I got to start preparing. Because it's clear already that you're going to pick me. Confident, mysterious, I like it.
Hit us, spirit.
Figuratively, damn it, Dwight. You gotta watch your words with these people.
Definitely. I listen to a lot of Japanese stuff in the background, and same. Indeed, Ninten. I kind of gathered that would be the same for yourself, Ninten. So don't worry about that if we ever meet someday, lol. Yeah, of course, totally. I understand. I mean, granted, I've always been in a lot of situations with other people on, you know, the thing, but you know, in the same group of people. So it's like, it's understandable, you know. It can get a little awkward at times, but hey, it's all good. All good. I was like, hey, Bailey's. Going, God damn it, Dwight. I know, right? This game knows. This game knows, doesn't it, Bailey's? Hope you're doing alright, man.
Tomorrow, I'll spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew.
That's it? That's it?
If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper or dig up whatever mysteries that with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Do you really want to at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them. Damn. Okay then. So hydrate tonight if you intend to hang with spirits. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event, and also the large meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Okay. We get it, game. We get it. Sometimes you just gotta say it.
Why, yes. Thank you. I'd love to. So, Turbo, you're thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. And rewarded? Tomorrow will suck. Probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht.
Trapper seems like a nice guy, all things considered. Oh yeah, he's been a dream. He's been a dream. Although, granted, we haven't had much in the way of interaction with him, but yeah, he tries to be, you know, encouraging to be chosen and whatnot. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now go dream about all these swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. Oh wait, that was Dwight. Shit. Thing. I keep forgetting it's going back and forth between the two. It's ridiculous. Have a swell night. Did you two forget to mention something? Haha. Oh gosh. How could we forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up. This has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time, and just now finding out about it? Come on, the signs were there. You just didn't read them. No, I mean, we as the player was just ignorant to the whole thing. My friend and I also shared some J-pop bands we liked as an example. I introduced him to One OK Rock. Nice, Ninten! Did you just introduce them with their latest, their latest album, or some of their older work stuff? Ninten, because of course they've done a lot of stuff. Like, they've been around for a good amount of time. And granted, they're not really a J-pop per se. I mean, they do have a more of a rock. They're more of a J-rock band than a J-pop band. You know, in my opinion, I feel. Hence the name, One OK Rock. You know, it's rock. Some variety, they are punk. Okay, fair dues. If their class is punk, fair enough. So J-punk. Bayleafs were saying Spirit Thought seems
like a well put together girl with no issues whatsoever. I see what you mean there. I see what you're saying there, Bailey's. It's like, well put together. Yes, indeed. Welcome to Murderer's Island! It's now time to eliminate one of the killers. Oof. It's like a butchering, but it hurts even worse.
You can't kill a killer, but can you break their heart? Do you dare to even try?
You mean... That's right. Tomorrow, one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it going to be? But why?
Because it's dramatic?
Because it's surprising?
Because it's a classic reversal of fate?
And it will hurt someone's feelings? Someone dangerous. What's it going to be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you'd see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats, and I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. Eek, if you get rid of Rafe, he might cry. And although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress? She might pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss. So which sociopath are you eliminating? Well, we are definitely not eliminating the Spirit, obviously, because that's our girl that we're trying to romance. You know what? I mean, we haven't had much interaction with them at all. I mean, I was gonna go with the Huntress, but I mean, they were our second choice to romance. But I feel as though it's like, yeah, Trapper. I feel as though I just don't want to be with Trapper. And it's like he's just nah. Don't like him. You made the right choice. Eliminate Rafe. I hate that bell. Actually, no. I'll put it to a vote. I'll put it a vote. To everyone in chat. Now, I won't add in Spirit, obviously. So put him. Say,
Gets eliminated.
I think I spelled that wrong. Or right. Rapper.
Race. And
Huntress. There we go. Start poll there. Got 3 minutes there. Give you enough time. But yeah. Because we're going for the Spirit no matter what. So. But yes. While we're waiting here for this, and gives me plenty of time of saying, yeah, cut myself earlier today. Real pain in the ass. Well, not in the pain in the ass, pain in the back of my hand. Got cut by one of the trolleys. Some of the trolleys that we use are really dangerous. Like, they have not been maintained very well. Spent 400 points just to pick Rafe. Oh, a little overkill, don't there, there, Bayleafs. It's funny, Bayleafs. I was using the Rafe on New Year's Day to ring in the New Year. in a game of Dead by Daylight, and people were just like kind of like wondering, why was I just ringing the bell constantly over and over? And it's like, and then when it got to the end game chat, everyone was like, oh, I get it now. That's why you were ringing that all the time. Ah, clever, clever. Yeah. So. Oh dear. But yeah, what else was happening today? Oh yeah, I shared what I was doing on my PlayStation 5, where for my PS5 save of Sonic Frontiers, I'm basically using up all 3 slots to kind of like save at the end of just before the boss fights for like the Titan fights for the first 3 islands, and then use all save for progressing through the rest of the game. And of course, if I ever go back to those previous saves, autosave will be overwrite. Ooh, obsessed much? I just got that achievement just now. I think that's just a time-based one where I'm just like constantly playing the game as long as possible. I mean, we've got about like 6 hours of play in this game, so. Honestly, I just like Rafe the least. I like him though. I like him enough. Just prefer the other 3 more. Yeah, fair dues, Bailey's. It's all fine. You don't have to justify yourself. And granted, you're the only one who's pretty much guaranteeing that selection anyway, so. Yep, and that is... Yep, with Bailey's spending 300 points, not 400 points. There is their initial vote, and then an additional 3 votes for 300 points, or 300 turbo tokens even, to guarantee that we eliminate Rafe. Peace out, Rafe! That's another achievement obtained. Here we go. There we go. Right. Ah, jeez. Okay. I don't know why it's giving me this line. Jesus Christ. Look, I'm here and I'm horny. That I'm not actually that. Don't take that out of context. And I'm not really getting positive reinforcements from you, Rafey Poo. Jesus Christ. Please don't take this personally. It's just my opinion of you and who you are and what you're about deep down as a person and how I don't like it. Like, give me something, you know? A kiss, a wink, hold my hand. Finish telling me about all this mysterious stuff you're obsessed with. Or better yet, don't. Rafe rises, taller than you've ever seen him, and calmly walks to the exit. Before he leaves, he turns to you. When you came here, I thought perhaps you would be different. I don't know how my last bit of hope in humanity hadn't been snuffed out, but it wasn't. It is now. You're just like the rest of them. There's no hope of goodness here. The only thing I can do is try to escape. Or burn everything and everyone to the ground. He leaves. Pretty badass exit. Was not expecting that. I'm gonna be hearing bell sounds tonight, aren't I? I don't know, Bailey. Saying that maybe if you're gonna be playing some Dead by Daylight later, who knows? Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should get some. You should go get some shut-eye.
And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind.
Because of course they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Turbo when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again.
That's right. We're sending our eliminated player home with...
their own mostly new trickster body pillow. The best thing to be the real trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try and stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right. It's Dwight tested. Hey, Nintendo! Look, this is something that you would definitely appreciate, right? I mean, you have a bit of a, you know, a thing for that body type, right? Eh? I'll totally be for you. Yeah. Well, that exit wasn't ominous at all. No, bailiffs, of course not. Nah, it was very subtle, very easy. Rafe took that in stride. They were fine. They were fine with that.
Claudette approved. I hope you sleep well tonight, Turbo. You're my hero for what you've accomplished.
Oh, thanks, Claudette. Okay, here's the plan. I become a contestant, you eliminate me, and then I get the... Oh, Bailey's. Yeah, get you know, you can be what was it? Oh, try to dress up as what would be a good non-licensed character to be as be the hillbilly. Be hillbilly, have the, like, you know, skin mask or whatever. But not like Bubba or Booba. How can you sleep tonight knowing that what you've done? No, not because of the guilt. I mean, knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by.
How can you sleep tonight, knowing what you'll do tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't know how you do it. But you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule. I'll be sleeping pretty damn good tonight. Indeed, Bailiffs, you will. You'll be sleeping nice. Nice and comfy. With that total package of a body pillow. Wow, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination. I didn't even know it was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off.
We'll see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil-may-care, but the truth is, I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when...
Your mother is skewered by an elk when you were young?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Wild guess. It's also the only thing you talk about.
If you'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over at that tree, and I'm feeling peckish.
I know, I said some things when Turbo kicked me to the curb, and I just want to say, I'm embarrassed for how I acted. Now, what I said though, not what I said though, I stand by it. I want everyone here to burn. How would I say how would I say things are going? It's a matter of perspective. If Turbo's goal is to impress me, things are going poorly. But if Turbo's goal is to get themselves killed, they're doing an amazing job.
Of course, Turbo is into me. Why wouldn't they be? I'm thoughtful, beautiful, surrounded by a calming mist. I've also got great hair. But since I'm technically dead, I'm extremely low maintenance. Look, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often, but...
Don't say that, because Ezio will just pop in and absolutely admit to that and start fawning all over you, Spirit. I swear to God, if Ezio came in, you would totally just be totally weirded out by Ezio. But now that you've just said that, you've just set off the alarms. Set off the alarms.
If the body pillow fits, snuggle it. You know what I mean?
What? No. What? No. You're not a part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not a part of anything. You feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes, not gonna lie. Kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'm definitely beat down with a reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album, upcoming tour, finalizing the new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing these private gigs over on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island. It's dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. What a dick. No worries, Turbo, I have flashlights in case the bell bitch tries anything. Thank you, Bailey's. Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah. Just light burn the hell out of him. I'm not gonna tell anyone that Trickster said that about them. Don't worry. I'm taking your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention them, like Ghostfoot. Don't you say it. Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Ellipses. Ghostface. Come on. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm the Trickster. See you around, Turbo. You too, narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes, seriously. They do not pay me enough to deal with you people. I love the Trickster in this. Yeah, well, Bailey's he definitely has that typical that personality effectively. He's well, I wouldn't say he's dead like the Deadpool of this game. That's the narrator in the ocean and whatnot. In fact, a lot of people have a lot of Deadpool and a little bit of Deadpool in them. But yeah.
Is it my turn?
What? No. It is not your turn. You're sentient water. How are you even sitting in that chair?
What's a chair?
It's the thing that you're getting all wet. Now it's going to smell like mildew.
Okay. Rude.
Fine. Let's just get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in.
Check-in? I was just looking for the bathroom.
Bathroom? Are you serious? It's down the hall to the left.
It's okay. Never mind.
Never mind? What does that mean? No, not you two. This wasn't meant to be confessional time for literally every character in this game.
It's okay. We don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and 2 days straight and wanted to sit down somewhere.
This chair is wet. Yeah, I think the Ocean just peed on it.
How's that You know what? I don't care.
You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh, great. What's it going to be? You ate glue in second grade. You cheated on an algebra test once. Couldn't the Ocean just wet itself? I don't know, Bailey's. It's a disembodied voice for the Ocean. I don't know. It also begs a question for Chaos in the Sonic series. Does Chaos wet itself even though it's made out of water? Oh, so hey, Scars. Well, you bought stuff today. Did you now, Scars? What did you buy? If I may ask, of course. Watching Wraith get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain that is my life that I felt even a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive in this nightmare, this place, the sun, these sweet sugary drinks, it sounds fun for a long weekend, but for an eternity? See, do I get it? Indeed, Bailey's. Bought an HDMI piece for my PS2 so I can connect it to my Elgato without a converter box. Oh, good, Scars. That's very good. Bought Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball complete in box for Saturn. Alright. Not bad. I finally got a physical copy of Sonic Blast on Game Gear. Wow. Physical copy. Is that? I'm guessing that's a North American version of Sonic Blast. I'm hoping. Scars. It was $30. Well, Blast or Baseball or the connector. The HD piece. Blast. All right, cool. All three together was 61 quid or 61 bucks. Not bad. That's actually a good bargain, like, you know, or a good deal, Scars. So I'm glad you were able to get all that sorted for yourself. You know? Yeah, not bad. That's including shipping, right? Or is that not including shipping? The unrelated rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls. It's like a crescent-doing song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being would do this? Please, erase me from this existence. Make it so that I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. And please, get me out of this polo shirt.
Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy.
I was in a show. Oh, you got them locally. Nice, Scars. Glad you were able to find them locally. Like, I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means Eventually, I have to wake up! Yikes. Huh. That was a weird day to end. Ah well. What are you gonna do? You let the camera roll long enough. Someone is bound to say something crazy. 2 days in paradise. We just got an achievement. Anyways, seems like everyone's had their shot to annoy me tonight. So hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow is going to be a doozy. Alright, so let's do another save. Do it on this one. Yeah, do it on that one. I shouldn't. Did it all save on that one? Ah, son of a bitch. Never mind. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also, you're using a killer crab as a pillow, which it's sort of okay with. Well, the crab's alive and it's okay for me using it as a pillow? Okay. What's that? You don't know about the killer crabs? Oh, right. You didn't go on that huntress state. You really missed out on. You really missed out. It was thrilling. Or, I guess, it would have been. You'll have to play the game again to get that reference, I suppose. I guess so. You know, this game does require you to play it multiple times to get all the achievements, obviously. You pull on the beach. You pull on your beach attire and splash water on your face. Dwight and Claudette approach. Is that look on their faces excitement? Terror? You notice your stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone's in love. Or you've been infected with zombie butterflies in your sleep. It has happened here before. But it's probably the love thing. My new spiders came today. All of the red houses or rehouses went well. Good, Scars. Glad that went smoothly. Also stopped at the candy store to spoil the family. Ah, what do you end up picking up at the candy store then, Scars? Well, you know, what were you getting? I swear I will shove that bell up the. I don't think you're gonna worry about Rafe popping up in the rest of this playthrough, Bailey. You've seen that we eliminated them, so don't worry about it. It's time. Claudette gestures over to the beach where the killers all stand flanked by tiki torches. It's a scene very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch with your ex. Did I? I don't remember doing that. Fresh made fruit slices, milk chocolate, marshmallows, one Harry Potter chocolate frog. I got those frogs at my work. Nobody buys them, but you know they're there. And Christmas mug filled with candy. Ah, nice. Of course, that was Scar saying that it was 75% off. Obviously, all that Christmas stuff is getting discounted for clearance and stuff like that. Makes sense because Christmas is over for another year, at least. And some chocolate club pretzels. Nice. Very good, Scars. Glad you got a nice little haul there of sweets. Suddenly, the message is clear. You're going to declare your affections for a killer in front of several other killers. Hey, isn't Trickster supposed to be here? We paid him good money to make some half-assed cameos in this show. I'm going to chew his agent out. But before they walk you over for your big moment. Store was selling chocolate spoons, thinking about using them to stir some hot cocoa. That's a good idea, Bailey's. Yeah, I mean, I don't really do. If you have some warm or hot milk, if you put that hot milk in a pan and whatever, and you pour that into the cup and then use that chocolate spoon, that would be really good. Really good. Good shout there, Bailey's. A little bird told us that someone in particular has a very extra strong crush on you.
And another little birdie reminded us that you've been kind of a dick since you got here, and we reserve the right to withhold that information, even if it leads you to making a terrible decision that gets you murdered.
So are you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad. We're on a schedule. Great. You make your way over to the row of hotties. Claudette and Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clearly sparks in the air, and I'm not just talking about this rusty chainsaw, though I do recommend staying away from those sparks.
It's time for our newcomer to confess their love.
Wait, I have to do a drum roll for this.
No, you don't. But who cares? Turbo, who do you choose for your solo date?
Can we at least do the flower thing?
Dwight! I thought we agreed to keep that between us.
No, not that flower thing. The thing where the suitor gets a flower as a symbol of the contestant's love and affection.
Oh, right. I suppose. But no roses. They're such a cliche at this point.
Well, that's good. Because I tried to pick a rose, but I got an ouchie, so I settled for these. Fair dues.
Beautiful. You've done good, Dwight. This is a lovely bouquet.
I'm guessing Trapper called you a dick. Maybe? I mean, granted, I haven't been talking to Trapper too much, Bailey, so yeah, I mean, we've been focusing our energy on Spirit. So we have been with Spirit all the time. I mean, we blew off Rafe, we blew off Trapper, we blew off pretty much everyone else. Just focusing on, like, Spirit, so... I hope Dwight saved some of these for Claudette. They're a thing, right? You're getting that vibe too. Just me? Sorry. You got other things to think about right now.
Turbo, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend the day with you today?
Obvious. You approach Spirit, hearing below the brim of her...
A choice of an avid Twitch streamer. It's a nice raid, stranger.
Hey, Biafra! How you doing, man? Raiding in with a person of one. Of course, Biafra, I know he was doing this. He was just doing this for his own stream. He was playing some... was it some Dead by Daylight. There we go. There's a clip from one of his streams from what was it? Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, you picked the wrong thing to play, motherfucker. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
That enemy chose poorly. But yeah, how was your session of Dead by Daylight, Biafra? How well did you go? I mean, rank reset is tomorrow, funnily enough, so, you know. And I'm nowhere near the red ranks like myself. Randomizer blessed us with DVD. Yeah, you had a wheel. I did catch that briefly before I had to go on go live. But yeah, you lucked out with Dead by Daylight, and wouldn't you know it, I'm playing a game that you've also played on your stream as well with Hooked on You. It took 4 spins, so you were just hitting the spin again section multiple times. Were you by fair dues? Oh dear, I've got a lot of indigestion right now. I don't know why. Don't know why I'm feeling this. Did I already read this line? I don't know if I did. I'll read it again anyway. You approach Spirit, peering below the brim of her impressive large hat and into her haunting eyes. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person and resist the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level.
And we shall. Up to the eye of the dark storm that is our reality. To the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Turbo.
Alright. Although we're on the yacht now, which is weird. This is Trapper's place. Alright, let's save there. Cool. Where okay, where the hell did Trapper get a yacht? I don't know, he just got it. He has it, or had it. Because we're on it right now. I don't know if he's driving.
I thought it might be nice to start the day out on Trapper's yacht before we head up to the Black Lighthouse. Even if I kinda hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun a little bit at least. There's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. This wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once. Went to school, hang out with friends. I even had a part-time job working at a restaurant in town.
And then, well, I know what happened. Your father, he...
Yeah. He murdered me and I awoke as an undead avenger. That's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom. A lot of time. When you think about ghosts, they're these kind of see-through flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Ooh. Like that sort of thing. Maybe that's some warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. Depends on which movie you're watching. But when I died, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Not really. That's not an invitation. It's rhetorical. Why did I end up like this? Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas. But it's not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques and trying to find clues and analyze their meanings. I do want to take this experience seriously though. I want to give the process a chance. It may be a dumb process, and one that I have extremely little respect for as a person. But you just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from. And rather than freak out and simply try and swim away, you're giving this a chance.
I actually didn't know that swimming away was even an option.
It's not. However, the fact that you've never even tried, I think that means you've got courage. Or an open mind. Or, I don't know, maybe you stuck around. Because you like someone you met here.
Maybe. Scars is saying, it's like, you talking feminine is such good ASMR, lol. It's my I try, Scars, I try. It's, you know, I'm no professional voice actor and whatnot, and I'm trying to pull off some sort of, kind of like, way of, you know, instead of me just monotonely saying the lines, I have to put some pizzazz into it. You know, even though it's not really good pizzazz, but hey. Not making fun of you, well, just researching with your window on the side is kind of calming. Fair dues. Fair dues. Yeah, I'm glad I'm that little you know, I'm pretty much acting as a Audacity, no, is it Audacity? No, it's not Audacity. It's Audible audiobook right now in the background, being the narrator for this story right now. With a good, you know, with some sort of relevant or amateurish voice acting that somehow you're enjoying, which is great. I'm doing my job well. Yeah. Did you hear of a legendary British guitarist recently died? No, Scars. I hope this is not a joke. I mean, I know, like, not long ago, like a couple of years, well, a few years ago now, it's like, Lemmy Kilmister passed away, so, yeah. Jeff Beck died. He caught bacterial meningitis. Jeff Beck. I don't know who Jeff Beck is. Wait, who did he play for? Scars. And while Scars is answering that question, oh, Bailey's just answered it. The Yardbirds? Never heard of that band. Never heard of it at all. He was known as the guitarist, but to go Afek, but to Google, what? Also the Jeff Beck group. Again, never heard of them. I've never heard. I mean, granted, my musical knowledge is very poor when it comes to like general kind of like you know, general knowing of you know, certain like bands and members of bands and stuff like that. So unless it's like bands that I actually have an appreciation for, like for example Foo Fighters, you know, I know who Dave Grohl is, you know, Dave Grohl is, or Grohl, and then of course Tenacious D, Jack Black, Cal Gass, obviously. So he's kind of in the lines of Steve Vai, Joyce Santorini, Buckethead, etc. They're big in their own right, but many people don't know who they are since they've never played in bands. Fair dues, Scars. Yeah, it's just excuse my ignorance to it all, you know. I mean, how old was he? Was he young? Or was he a little bit further along? 78? Oh, wow. I mean, quite a fair bit then. But then to go out because of a disease, you know, I mean, a lot of well, granted, a lot of elder musicians or entertainers have been dying from, like, you know, certain diseases over the years recently. So, even I didn't know he was that old. Yeah, it's a surprise. Scars, definitely surprising. Like, anyway, let me continue on this. While the two of you were getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse. Last stop, everybody off! There were other stops.
Oh no, not on this trip. Not off this trip. Of your life.
Ellipses. Don't worry, Spirit, I'm right with you. Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore.
I'm just messing with you. This was the only stop. Nobody here is really looking out for our fun, so we have to make it for ourselves.
But no, there are no other stops. Seriously, go.
Race you to the poop deck, Dwight.
This ship doesn't even have a poop deck.
Oh, it will.
What? Oh, that, Jesus Christ. As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. They seem like they know how to have a good time. No, I don't think they do. I don't think they'll have a good time. You arrive at the beach near the majestic Black Lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circles lazily, no sense of fear or urgency, as it's circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages.
I'm excited about today. See?
Spirit places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against her skin. It's cool to the touch, but you feel, is that the faintest of pulses?
My blood is absolutely pumping.
So, what happens now?
Now, I show you something that no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who has lived to tell about it. We're going there.
Spirit points to the top of the lighthouse, amongst the circling birds. What's exactly up there? Have you seen it? Hey y'all, how's everyone doing today? Certainly seems to be taking the whole elimination thing well, or maybe this is the opposite of that. Better not bring it up at all, and just hope he doesn't completely melt down. Hi, Wraith. You seem chipper today. Something strange is definitely going on with this guy. Well, something else strange. Something different than what's usually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath, sucking in the ocean air like it's the greatest air that has ever been sucked. Okay. Turbo, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with you today. Alone again. Forever. This is how I was meant to be. I feel alive.
are you done? We're kind of, on that date that you just mentioned.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Rafe. But like she said, we're in the middle of something. You mind?
Oh, right. So what you doing? Heading up into the eye of the lighthouse? I love it up there. You can really see the whole island from up there. In fact,
Spirit, I thought you said no one has been up there, and you live to tell about it. But this sounds exactly like telling about it.
technically, I don't think Rafe counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but
Spirit waves her arms at Rafe from head to toe.
and if he's not dead now, he's going to be when I punish him for interrupting our date! Hey now! We can solve our problems without our hair floating up into any menacing shapes. I'll just be over here, running away. Enjoy the view!
Oh dear. Rafe.
You know, I think Rafe was kidding about the whole being up there. Honestly, the view isn't even on the island. What you can see is mostly ocean, on account of it being, a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point regarding your, how do I say it?
Spirit's hand floats up as she snatches her head contemplatingly. You don't usually see her at a loss for words like this.
What's your mortal status?
Well, Scars just sent me something. He's like, what was that, Scars? What's that all about? Watch from the stream. Alright, fair dues, Scars.
Because despite what your lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to it from all corners of this world, if not further.
Well, duh. You saw a freaking pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time only to crumble at the rocks beneath this spooky tower. But you decide not to point it out because that wouldn't be too romantic now, would it? I think I'm alive? I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin.
Here, with me, the spirit. Does that really make you alive?
I guess I don't know.
If you come with me into the eye of the Black Lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something. I won't deny it. I feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit right here and now to figure this out as friends, we could put that risk off for another time.
Well, I better save then. Not gonna lie, her kimono is really cute. Well, yeah. It's really good design. It's like a really cute design of the character, like Scars. Like that, and also like Huntress is not definitely nothing to bat an eye away from, whatever. Just be friends? Ouch. Is this her way of letting you down easy? I don't know if I want that friendship. I want you. That's why I chose you.
I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it may not be safe. You might die up there, and there's nothing I can do about it.
We gotta go up there and maybe die. We're committed here. You take a deep breath and think about every particle. And think about every particle of sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. It may be the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles, a quirky, devilish smile.
Right this way.
Inside the lighthouse is almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you stepped through the door, but inside this place is like a void. The last thing you see as the final rays of sun leave you is a horrible sight. A petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching not up, but down, as it had been crawling.
Watch your step.
The things we do for love. Love hurts. But it's I think the narration's turning a little bit Max Payne 2, Fall of Max Payne. When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the black lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dusk coats the room, as though it hasn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, it was just morning a moment ago, but now it's night?
What do you mean? A moment ago. We've been standing here looking out over the ocean all day. I've really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you, taking in the view, standing in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect day.
Really? I don't remember that.
I just called it the perfect date, and you can't be bothered to remember it? What kind of game are you playing with me?
I want to remember it. It's just that, for some reason, my mind is completely blank. But, hey, I'm not dead.
Oh, you're already dead, and have been this whole time.
That's true.
Maybe we'll never know. It doesn't look like the light is working.
Even turned off, the light has a power to it. The massive lens refracts moonlight through itself, a subtle spark that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went, staring into this light as the sun fell and the moon rose.
Thanks for spending the day with me. I really had a good time.
That's it? Don't get me wrong, this is really cool and all. I guess I don't know what I expected.
I suppose if you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened, it might feel a bit anticlimactic. Sorry. Anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me just flip on the light for the staircase so it's easier to get down. The stairs still look pretty dark. Maybe it's...
Spirit is interrupted by a strange hum, and then it becomes frighteningly clear to you. That switch wasn't for the stairs. It was for the main lantern. A lantern that is now beginning to power up. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose.
Oopsie! Looks like maybe that switch wasn't for the stairs lights after all.
Now we see who is really alive and who is really dead, I suppose. It was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light itself will protect you. Not sure I see the logic in that, but if it is magic, it kind of defies logic. I want to see it, but, well, I'm a little scared.
Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and only look at me, and I'll keep you safe.
Ooh, okay. Oh shit. We're at this point. We're ready. Perfect. All right. We're doing saves. We need to do saves. Yeah, we gotta save on that one. All right. Oh, sugar. Hey, another perfect. Good. Save's coming. Save's coming. We're doing a save at every perfect turn. Oh, I keep forgetting. Ooh. Oh, that's a perfect. That counts as a perfect. I'm saving that. Hey, that's another perfect. That's 4 in a row. Nice. Last chance. Dang it. Gotta load that. Dang it. I want to get perfect. I want to get all the perfects. Ah, dang it. Completely off. I did this last time with the lotion minigame. Dang it. Just need this last one. Also, we're very close to ending the stream. We're gonna go into overtime. We're gonna try to get this done. Dang it! Ah! Oh, that should be it. Yeah, perfect!
You're doing it! We're here, together, awash in this incredible light. You're so brave. I feel seen by you. Truly seen. Seen by anyone. For the first time in my life. This is our destiny. To be together. Brought together by the darkness. Brought toward the light.
Despite your attempt to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the Black Lighthouse lantern refuses to subside. No, it cannot be ignored, and it doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, that was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it now, and its power penetrates your mind. Okay, I'm gonna do another save. Seeing that, even though we did a whole perfect game on that.
Hey, been a while. How are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love will do that to a person. Don't worry. It will make sense soon.
Okay, thanks, Ocean. You wake to hear Spirit's muffled voice. You've got a terrible taste in your mouth. like burnt hair. The air feels damp and smells like ash. It takes time for the sound to clear up, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not to you.
You know how sometimes people say, it's not you, it's me? Well, this time it is you, and it's also me. I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave anything up for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like, and it looks a lot different than this.
Oh, it's Trapper.
I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird, because I'm practically shouting. Nobody breaks up with Trapper. Nobody!
Oh yeah? Fine. Nobody breaks up with Trapper, but I'm not doing that. I'm dumping.
Don't you say it!
I'm dumping Evan McMillan. And there's nothing you or he can do about it. It's over between us, Evan.
Rin,
Trapper turns from Spirit and looks directly at you. You realize that you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel.
I think that your shouting woke up Turbo.
Ooh. Do I say something, stay quiet, or big storm?
I'm shouting.
The Spirit. I'm gonna stay quiet. Just, you know, because I feel as though that might be the best course of action. In an attempt to be as quiet as possible, you hold your breath and freeze in place.
Sorry we woke you up, Turbo. After what happened, you'd probably be better off sleeping for a bit longer. Things just got out of hand.
How'd you know?
You were talking in your sleep, basically non-stop, until you woke up and then got quiet.
What was I saying?
I don't know. I don't speak Dutch.
And I can't read Dutch. Do you speak Netherlands? No, I don't. Bleekikkenbark. I can't say that. Come on, game.
Yeah, see? There you go again.
The jig is, as they say, up. They know you're awake now, and you're going to have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Clearly, I shouldn't be here. You two are having a very personal conversation that I don't need to be involved in. I don't even know how I got here. Not here on this island, or here in this creepy tunnel.
As far as this island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as this tunnel goes, we brought you here.
We? You and Trapper? But
after the lighthouse light came on, you blacked out. On your way down, I thought you might have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new and old around here. Either way, I wanted to get you someplace safe, and so I asked Trapper for help. It's not that I can't carry you. I just didn't feel like it, you know? I hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. I could have asked Claudette and Dwight to for help, but I don't trust them.
I don't blame you. But you trust Trapper.
Like and trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you'd be right, but you get what you see with him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island.
What up, guys? Talking island mysteries? My favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop in.
Trapper, you said this place was private.
Don't look at me. I didn't tell him about it. Half of the appeal of this spot is getting away from people like him.
Well, geez. I can see when I'm not wanted. So you three, throuple now? Or... Because I'm gonna say it. Because I gotta say, I really didn't get the whole Trapper spirit thing. But hey, if it's not my business, I don't stick my nose in it.
We were not a thing. Nobody traps the Trapper. Not with traps or with relationships.
And you do realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right?
Wow, so hostile. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. If you head about 50 meters down that way, you'll find...
Get out!
Rafe looks around, just to be doubly sure that Trapper is addressing him. I was just leaving.
This island, it's a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. And after a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me. And it became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody really didn't want to have that talk, but we were more than friends.
I dispute the events as told, for the record. I don't pursue, I stalk, and I lie in wait. Seen eye to eye.
Oh, sorry. Said the wrong line.
Seeing eye to eye was not one of the things we were good at.
So, I hate to ask, but I did just look into a refrigerator-sized death lamp, so I guess I'm more of a glutton for punishment than I thought. What were you good at?
Well, for starters...
Excuse me? I'll take that question, thank you very much. If you know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest.
For revenge.
For revenge.
Exactly. What you might not know, Trapper is like a great classic maestro of revenge.
Trapper blushes behind the mask. It's one way to compliment a killer.
Revenge against friends who had turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against a barista who wrote Ewan on his cappuccino, knowing his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper is an inspiration. But they say to never date your heroes.
Good advice, but I don't think that's the same.
And then you came along, Turbo. You showed me that it's okay to be lost, to feel pathetic, to push on when you have nothing real to offer anyone?
I'm not sure where you got all that from, but okay.
You held a mirror up to my own doubts and fears and showed me that they aren't everything about me, that I can embrace those things but not be defined by them. You showed me that life after death can be more than just an observation with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground in a dark cave or a dusty old tunnel.
I didn't think that was gonna be said. Jesus. Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbow. Gross. Clearly appealing to trappers. Better features has been a winning strategy for dumping his ass, because he seems to be taking it quite well.
This whole half-assed dating show parody thing, at first, I obviously thought it was a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? But then we spent some time together, and I realized there's something actually real here. And I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us.
Listen, Turbo. While you were knocked unconscious by some minor head trauma, like a total weakling, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well, naturally, because I trust her and value her opinions. That doesn't mean I trust you. If you want to get to her, you have to get through me first. By passing Trapper's test, TM. Coming to Behavior TV, Sundays at 8 p.m.
GMT, EST, CT, CST, PST, DVD, Blu-ray. I gotta save here. Just be on the safe side.
Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blade. Question 1. What is Spirit's real name? The one given to her by her murderous father, which she only lets her real friends call her.
Rin Yamoka.
Okay, you got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lies inside Spirit?
A dragon.
Sure, everyone knows that. They won't be all this easy. Question 3. Where did Spirit work back when she was a normal college girl, before she was hell-bent on revenge?
A restaurant.
I know, to think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father I ever mingled with the help like that. He'd be so disappointed in me.
Shut up, Trapper.
Question 4. What's Spirit's favorite color?
Black.
Are these questions largely superficial? Sure. Maybe I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why she dumped me. Maybe that's why it didn't work out for us. Who knows? Question 5. The final question.
You got this, Turbo.
According to Spirit, what's worse than being dead?
Ooh. Have an unfinished business, bringing parts of your life. I think not being seen for who you are, I think, is the case. Yeah, so. There we go.
When I pitched Trapper's Test to the suits at Behavior TV, they told me there was no room in the budget for a new car or to be given as the final prize for winning. So I killed them all, right there on the spot. While killing them didn't solve any of the budget problems, it sure did feel good.
Of course, talking like Trapper.
I'm telling you this, A, to brag, and B, to explain why The only thing you're going to win is me saying, "Congratulations for passing Trapper's test!" Now that it has some huge challenge. I mean, the woman obsessed with a giant light that shines in the dark has a chip on her shoulder about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed, but rules are rules, even if I literally just made them up. You got it, right? So I guess I approve of you dating Spirit or whatever. I never really cared in the first place. I was just hoping you'd slip up and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. For now, you two have fun. Wink, wink, wink. Trapper out.
I'm sorry you had to endure that.
Well, it's fine, because I can save this now. Cool, just to be on the safe side. Right. What? 5 measly questions? It was nothing.
Not even that. As ridiculous and unnecessary as it was, the whole thing. The waking up in a random tunnel, the overhearing our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, and the stupid quiz. All of it. Especially the whole "Trapper out" catchphrase. It's only because I actually like you. None of it would have happened if I didn't.
And I like you too, Spirit.
Please, call me Rin.
Rin.
I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience was completed. There was something else I wanted to show you. Alone, up in the lantern room of the tower.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Turbo. Thanks, narrator. It's not that kind of game. Dude, is there an 18 rated filter on this game? I don't think there is, narrator. Not that I know it. I don't think behavior allows this to be a thing, okay? Honestly. I'm not like that. What is this, Nekopara? No. No, it's not Hatoful boyfriend either, so... What's that? Hold on a moment. I'm being told no. Wait, it is that kind of game? Discard the gutter comment.
Come back up there with me.
Or say that more professionally.
Come back up there with me?
There's no place I'd rather be. You're excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all of the drama and worry that was previously a part of this place for you. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit, which makes it all the more crushing. When you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Bloody hell! What cockblockers! Jesus! Honestly. Claudette! Dwight! Claudette! Dwight! Funny seeing you here. Wait, did I say funny? I mean tragic.
Tragic? I don't think so.
What could be tragic about a family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions in my experience. Before they can explain what that's even supposed to mean, the lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in a now familiar way. You're prepared to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight! Claudette! Shield your eyes! We don't know what the lighthouse will... No. Please don't interrupt. You'd think after all this time you'd know that we've got your best interest in mind. Wait, what? No, of course I don't think that. I...
Got wax in you...
Got wax in your ears, friend? I asked you not to interrupt. Too late. The black light flares. In the darkness, you see something horrible and strange. In the place of Claudette and Dwight are two ghoulish silhouettes. But before you can focus on them, the light passes, and the two survivors are returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. What in the hairy hell? Hey, what's the language? You shouldn't speak that way. Around your elders? Grandpa?
My little Ren, you're such a woman now. They grow up so fast.
What?
Turbo, meet Grandpa Kazan Yamaoka. Well, technically, not just Grandpa. Technically, he's my great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. But that's a lot of greats to say in a row.
I haven't seen my little Ren since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. And I expect you all to say the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect. Except Ren. She can do whatever she wants. My precious little angel. But you
only stares at you with his demonic red eyes. You're pretty sure even the decorative third eye on his mask is looking at you.
You mongrel! You must treat me with respect, or so help me, I'll be clinging bits of your head off my kanabo.
A kanabo is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes, FYI. Thanks, narrator.
I'm not sure what a peasant like you is doing so close to a descendant of a noble Yamoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what's going on to me.
It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette, remember? We explained to you that you were going to come meet with your great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter's suitor and give or withhold your approval.
5 greats!
Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir, your honor, master, sir.
Dwight, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa! They must have summoned you here because they think you have great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I would be too distracted by torturing him for all eternity to continue with the rest of the wherever this is. Show, game, experience?
Ah, yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help.
Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan.
Only my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in fear at my presence call me Oni.
You're seeing a serious resemblance to Trapper in not only the sheer size of the man that Oni is, but also his attitude. Apparently, Spirit has a type. You sure you can or want to measure up to that? It dawns on you that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Oni every time you've tried to look at your own reflection. However, you've become dizzy and confused. This definitely deserves more thought, but now's not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad dodging you from 2 steps away. Alright. Well, you don't scare me at all. So I'll stick with Kazan.
Peasants! I realize now the true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light!
Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly. Even like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Sorry, I got initially like, damn it. Bloody hell. Alright. I'm gonna do another save here, just to be on the safe side to, you know. Yeah. Because there might be some choices.
Hold up there, Grandpops. Not so fast. You're only supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First, you should get to know them a little better.
Young people these days, always wanting to kill people always waiting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving off serious old man yells at cloud vibes. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our land. Didn't need them.
Wow, he's a bit racist. Just a tad, or nationalist. I don't know which of the terms is correct here, but he's definitely not. He is old-fashioned. I'll say that much.
We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much, if you ask me. But I didn't make the rules. The rulers did. Exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce. Theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories.
Partisans? Okay.
Gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What we were talking about?
Spirit giggles at her okay, I'm not saying all of those every time. At Oni's forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to a list of every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period.
Silence, peasant! You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade from many activities that didn't befit the Bushido code, such as attending certain theatrical performances, for instance. Sometimes, however, a samurai would put on a disguise in order to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that, because I had honor, and a body built like an entire castle. That is quite hard to hide, but clearly you have neither my honor nor my physique. You don't even know about the ins and outs of the shifting rules of traditional Japanese... Oh shit, I accidentally clicked the thing by accident. Rin, what would you want with such an uneducated admirer as this?
You find it hard to believe that any contemporary person knows all that much about who was and wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're really not sure how to handle this massive demonic old man.
Oh wait, I get it. Sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant. You've invited me here to do what you're too kind to do. Bash this jerk's head in. Claude Claude, Doris, fetch my Kanabo. Rin, wrap your robe around this mongrel's hands and hold them still. We'll splatter hit their brains on the beach together, as a family.
Grandpa, no! That's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claudia and Dwight did.
Ah, ha ha. Yes, sure. Wink, wink, wink.
This whole saying wink out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they?
I swear, Turbo. I swear, Turbo has a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love. In their own way. Faced down death more than once. And put up with their fair share of nonsense.
Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Yeah, I would like to get this stream done, please.
Of course, of course. Who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost and watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations.
or rage quitters, at least, Oni.
Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug.
Sword drawn, Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he has ever hugged anyone in his entire life. I'm going to save again, just to be on the safe side. We might have a special decision here. I think I'm good here, actually.
Rin, now! Push them my way, and I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of this usurper to the Yamoka bloodline will surely bring us back to life and send us back on the course of honor.
You're so silly, Grandpa. We both know the only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. No, we both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father, your great-great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamoka name!
You lust for violence in your the lust of violence in your voice. It fills me with cheer.
I'll never forget who I am.
I suppose, if this is the person you want to be with, to go on your journey of bloody revenge with, I should trust your judgment. The strength inside of you blooms from the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors.
And if Turbo ever treats me poorly, you have my word. On our family's honor, I will wield my katana and gut them like a fish.
A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this? And one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff. Don't forget it. But maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What he did, it was awful. But it was already done. Do something for yourself now. Just my 2 cents. Be well, Rin. I will see you again soon.
Now let's go, servants. Clint, Denise, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to.
Yes, sure. Sure?
I swear, this is still better than dealing with Trapper's dad.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I was disrespectful to your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He seems like a very special man. I realize I never measure up I will never measure up to someone like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense. I mean, that mask.
Don't worry. I would never expect you to. Or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brute alive, I'd be down in Trapper's Cave right now, avoiding his vintage bear traps. But that's not the life I've imagined myself. This sense of abstract duty, anger at a world changing around me, a lust for blood, that's no way to live. And yet, as you now know, that is the Yamoka way of life.
Yamaoka. Yeah, I should have said a Yamaoka. I'm such an idiot.
Forever, I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me. Or at least, maybe I was. Until now.
Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. God damn it, that's so cringe.
You haven't won this game yet. Please don't ruin it.
Sorry, I had no idea where that came from. The writers are terrible to me.
I think we've spent enough time in this lantern room. We should get back to the beach.
The moonlight sets a romantic mood as storm clouds roll in and surround the black lighthouse.
You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again.
Whoa, okay. Twitch, please don't ban me for this. She's still, it's bathing suit. It's like, she's not naked. That's all. Please. Pay no attention to the girl that is, you know, shedding her robes. Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing you her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon.
Maybe you should help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen.
Again? I mean, yeah, of course. Last time was, well, I definitely felt more connected to you afterwards.
To be totally real with you, I kind of just asked you as a goof. But I really enjoyed it. I swear though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled a foot freak. Not that there is anything wrong with feet, it's just that something about that kind of attention really gets people talking.
Oh yeah, I probably agree. Steady, steady. Oh god. We're doing this again? Alright. Oh, Rin is being like, yes! Oh dear. Oh, dang it. Let's load up. Right, we're gonna get these perfects.
Yes!
Oh god. Yeah, never save. Hey, another perfect. Never save.
God, that's so goddamn hot.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to hell.
I love feeling your hands sliding up and down my feet and between my toes. My skin has never been more moist.
Please don't use that word, game. Please. Please don't use that word. God damn it.
Get up here right now.
Oh, Jesus. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotioned hands. Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock onto yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You can feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life, snaking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you up off your feet.
Come here, you.
So this is what it feels like to fly.
Where did you learn to fly?
I can't believe I made that reference. Jesus Christ. Oh dear. Just shoot me now. Just, cancel me now. Cancel me. Jesus. As Spirit pulls you close, you feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like the ocean's salty air stinging your skin as you rive against your undead lover. The lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit lets the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it will have all been worth it. The clouds part, just as you manage to pull yourself, exhausted, away from Spirit. And we got a blood-stained shard of glass. A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you pluck it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think I got this stuck to me when I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drags her fingertip over the sharp end of this glass shard.
Keep it. Consider it a memento. I've got plenty more where that came from.
I think we got the best ending we could ever get, I think. I would hope. Back on the beach, the other killers roll their eyes as you show up with Spirit, doing that couples thing where you walk with your hands in each other's back pockets. You know, it's obnoxious, but love will do that to a person.
Last day, you beautiful piece of meat. You've done so well. We're almost at the finish line. You didn't think I brought you all this way without a plan, did you? What kind of sinister body of saltwater do you think I am?
Turbo, Spirit, welcome back. Since you were both still alive,
we can assume you had a good time.
You point to the many open wounds on your body, complete with bits of sand and dirt stuck in them. Yeah, you could say that.
I think some of those might be infected. You should really get them checked out.
If you're actually going through with this, the thing you should get checked out is your head, my friend. Spirit is absolutely nuts. You won't survive a week dating her.
Didn't you just give us your blessing like 3 scenes ago?
You might think that she's all sad and introspective, but the truth is she's a demon hell-bent on revenge, who will ultimately stop at nothing to satisfy the lust of death that courses through her veins. I can't get her out of my mind.
Duh. I know all of that, and I think it's hot. She's a goth girlfriend she's the goth girlfriend of my dreams, and you're just jealous you lost her, so you're trying to run me out of town. Well, guess what? I'm not scared of you. I'm with Rin now, and she's got my back. Literally. She carved her name in it with a piece of broken glass. Thank God it was only three letters long. Don't know what I'm saying.
Alright. We get it. Everyone is super tough. All you do is kill, no matter what.
But we've got a show to finish, and this is the finale. So we need you to hold on for just a moment longer.
After all, that was the point of this whole experience. To give even the most determined killers a chance at finding love.
And it worked. To think my official bio called me distinctively below average. Well, look at me now, world. I'm about to officiate the wedding of two complete maniacs.
Please, Spirit, take this bouquet and prepare your vows.
As soon as you both say I do, we can send you off on your exclusive honeymoon.
Hold up. Nobody is saying I do today.
Yeah, nobody is... Wait, what?
Marriage is an archetypal... Marriage is an archaic social institution.
I can't speak.
Put in place by men in power thousands of years ago to maintain their control on the world. I'm not interested in playing their game. I'm not interested in doing what anyone tells me or living by any rules that I don't believe in deep down in my heart. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't remember being asked if I wanted to take part in this bootleg reality TV bullshit in the first place. Did anyone here agree to this?
I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. Spirit has manifested her katana, and in a moment, the mood has changed from a romantic climax to a place of terror. Whoa! We're all having fun here!
If you just say I do, we can... I won't!
With a slice of her blade, Claudette is no more, replaced by two halves of Claudette, neither of which are especially alive. Dwight is horrified. There's a chance that he actually wet himself. Lucky for him. Ihaki hides lots of things. Unlucky for him. Or Kaki. I think that's what it's supposed to say. Unlucky for him, urine isn't one of them. Meanwhile, Trapper, Huntress, and Rafe are eating popcorn. Where'd they get that? Where'd they get popcorn? You were under the impression that Claudette and Dwight did all of the cooking around here, so sorry. Now's not the time to think about who popped the popcorn. A gruesome murder just happened.
This is for you. You know what to do.
Spirit hands you her katana. You look on a whimpering Dwight and feel everyone waiting for you to put him out of his misery. Look, Turbo, we're on a very tight schedule. You respect schedules, right? If you kill me, I'm afraid of what comes next. So, I don't know. Could you not? You think back to that strange moment in the lantern room in the black lighthouse. When the light hit Dwight, there was something off about it all, as if it wasn't real, or at least not really human. But is that a good reason to do him in with Spirit's katana? Or is that actually a reason not to kill him? This doesn't make sense.
The only thing that makes sense is taking control, taking it away from them, taking it into your own hands and carving out a new destiny for yourself. Kill this pathetic worm. Kill him and join me on my mission. Together we will be unstoppable.
or undefeatable. That's quite an offer. What are you going to do? Ah, fuck it. Kill him! You raise Spirit's katana, and with the ease of slicing a wedding cake, you cut him in two. His dead body slumps on the ground in front of you.
That was so incredibly sexy.
Rin places her hands over yours, and you both hold her katana, your fingers intertwined. You look to the other killers and see something new on their faces. Respect. You're one of them now. Ruthless, uncompromising, splattered with blood. A killer.
I thought my father is going to really crap his pants when he sees the two of us coming.
Hey, Dark Heart! We got the best ending.
What are you waiting for, lover?
You sit on the beach before the black lighthouse, watching seagulls devour the liver of a dead pirate who has washed up on shore. This is real good artwork. Also, again, Twitch, please don't ban me. Or YouTube, don't ban this either. Yeah, for future reference.
Just thinking about how much I love you, Rin. Well, stop thinking and show me.
You think we'll ever leave this place?
What do you care?
Hope we don't. The end! There we go, we finally got to the end. And we got one down, and that's our credits. So that's just one of many endings. There's so many possible endings to this game, so yeah. Whew. But no, I'm glad we were able to complete our run of Hooked on You as we successfully, paired up with Spirits. We got the best possible ending, and now we're murderers. Great. Right. Anywho. So yeah, with that done, I don't know if we want to do another run, or we're just gonna obviously move on to the next possible thing. Dang. Well, anyway, I don't know. Well, tomorrow's Friday, so, I mean, we could start another run. Try to get more, actually, no. I just wanted to do the one run off thing. I mean, I might get, do, like, other runs on my own. Like, when I just wanted to do at least one run. And of course, we did one run with the Spirit and whatnot. And we got the best possible ending. I'm happy with that. I mean, this is definitely way more enjoyable than fucking Hatful Boyfriend. So, fuck the coup! Fuck the coup! We're just gonna carry on. And whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. Wouldn't object to you romancing them all. Oh, of course you wouldn't mind that, Stray Girl. Also, hi. Or welcome back. I don't know if you left or whatever, but no, it's all good. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I just want to move on to something else. All right, I never thought that fonts would get part of the credits. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, thank you for playing. No, thank you, game. It's a nice little fun different changed events. But no, I want to leave the rest of the game for Kev to go through. I feel as though, and it's like because I want to have Kev to go through other other routes and try to romance other characters and whatnot. And of course, by then we would have like an ensemble of vocals, voice acting different characters on the LMC side. So yeah, whenever that will happen, I don't know. Kevin will do it eventually, but no, I'm happy that we got the best ending possible with Spirit. That's the best that I can do. Hey there, this is John Turbo Finley thanking you for watching this video of Turbo Drive Live for Last Minute Continue. If you like this, then check out the rest of the Turbo Drive Live archive on the Last Minute Continue website or the Last Minute Continue YouTube channel right here. And if you want to interact with me directly, follow me on Twitter at TurboXLR, or catch me doing these videos live on Twitch at twitch.tv/TurboDriveLive. Thanks again and hope to catch you soon.